Hi everyone, Melanie, Kyle, Emily, and I are presenting our study design about the effect of strength training, the Mediterranean diet, and vitamin D supplementation on muscle loss, which we are calling the RMD study. Our scientific question is, how does resistant band training, Mediterranean diet nutrition counseling, and vitamin D supplementation influence muscle loss in healthy adults aged 45 to 55 years over a 20-year span? The study is a mixed methods research design involving 3 cohorts. The study will take place at the Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania. Therefore, subject recruitment will occur in the city of Philadelphia and 4 of the surrounding suburban areas: Ardmore, Bryn Mawr, Chesterbrook, and Devon. The study will include healthy participants at baseline. The tables on the left and right list out the inclusion and exclusion criteria. The 3 cohorts will simultaneously receive the intervention over the course of 20 years. The goal of the study is to include 150 participants total, with 50 per cohort, and equal distribution of men and women. Cohort 1, which is the control group, will receive only the resistant band training. Cohort 2 will receive the resistant band training plus Mediterranean diet and nutrition counseling, and cohort 3 will receive the resistant band training plus Mediterranean diet and nutrition counseling plus vitamin D supplementation. For the resistant band training protocol, all participants will work with a physical therapist 3 times per week for the first 6 months. After 6 months, the participants will perform the exercises on their own and record their workouts in MyFitnessPal. The Mediterranean diet and nutrition counseling will consist of 60-minute in-person one-on-one counseling sessions and 60-minute synchronous online group sessions with a registered dietitian for cohorts 2 and 3. These sessions will occur weekly for the first month, then bi-weekly for the following 5 months, and then monthly for the remainder of the study. The participants will track their dietary intake in MyFitnessPal 3 times per week. Vitamin D supplementation will only be given to cohort 3 in the form of a pill. Cohort 2 will receive a placebo pill. The dosage will be 2,000 international units per day.
The RMD study data plan for analysis, we do include the following tools: anthropometric measures of weight and body mass index, or BMI. In addition, participants will be asked to learn and track with MyFitnessPal. The data that will be entered into MyFitnessPal will be the amount of times that the participants exercised in the week, as well as their daily meals and any snacks that they consume and any supplements that they are taking. In addition, each participant will need to be able to walk 200 yards each day. As you can see from Table 1 and Table 2, what this study will be capturing in Table 1 is the percent of the muscle loss with the intervention. With sarcopenia, it's very common to lose up to 8% of muscle mass after the age of 65 each decade. Starting in your 30s, you can lose up to 1 to 2% each year of your muscle mass. This is a very important problem that we're facing that we need to find a solution for. So with this table, what we expect to see with this intervention is only up to a 10% total loss by the time a participant is 75. Now, obviously, we would like to see less than 10% of muscle loss, and that may very well be possible, but until we test with the study, we won't know that for sure. But that is the expected rate of total muscle loss for study participants who participate in this study for up to 20 years. Table 2, you can see we are tracking their duration. Required resources will be at the Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania. For 6 months, the participants will learn resistance band training. In addition, given 1 month of one-to-one nutrition counseling, that will be the first month. And in addition, monthly weigh-ins will take place at this facility, in addition to supplements of vitamin D and any placebo that a participant might be participating in. This is to establish a sense of comfort with the facility Because the study does have a long duration, the participants will need to be familiar with the facility and where they come for their study procedures. The staff will consist of registered dietitians in a 1-to-10 ratio. For every one dietitian, 10 participants, for a total of 15 registered dietitians. Physical therapists as well in a 1-to-10 ratio with a total of 15 physical therapists. Medical technicians to total 6. They will be responsible for data collection of anthropometric measurements. And then data management will be through the University of Pennsylvania study staff, who will be very experienced in collecting data management and inputting into the systems of the study. Funding will be from the Synergy Grant through the University of Pennsylvania, and any additional outside funding through any
Ethical
donations.
considerations. Voluntary participation. Participants will be provided with the option to discontinue their participation at any time during the study, with this decision being made with no consequence towards the participant. Informed consent process. During the participant recruitment process, participants will be made aware of the purpose, potential benefits, potential risks, duration, and funding of the study before making their decision on whether or not to participate. Retaining participant anonymity and confidentiality. Through the duration of the research study, data that will be collected will be handled within the research site itself, but will not be distributed elsewhere. In addition, data that is collected will not be participant sensitive and will not put participants at risk of being unknowingly identified as a participant of this study. Minimizing participant harm risk. The framework of the research study has been constructed to minimize the amount of physical, social, and psychological harm put on to participants. To account for instances of participant harm, the research site and sponsor will be responsible for assessing such cases and providing proper restitution if participant harm was found to be linked to the research study. Fortifying data communication. Data collection and analysis will be conducted to ensure accurate and consistent coding through the duration of the study. Results will be communicated without plagiarism or bias to maintain the validity of the study's findings and to prevent potential biases from skewing the data collection, analyzing, and reporting processes. Expected results. All 3 cohorts are expected to improve their physical functionality and muscle composition through the duration of the study, with notable differences being expected between cohorts. Cohort 1 is expected to have a considerable improvement from their baseline data. Cohort 2 is expected to have a more considerable improvement from their baseline data, and Cohort 3 is expected to improve the most from their baseline data.
This is Emily to help guide you through some of the discussions that this research project has led to. We will look at some of these while the entirety of them can be found in the completed paper. Here before you is a list of them. Potential implications helps us assess where this research can lead to. While looking at the use of guided nutrition along with exercise regime and supplementation, we will be able to see where the greater benefit is for the patients with sarcopenia. This can help guide future researchers to examine other supplementations or a more specific exercise or increase in exercise regimes, potentially other types of nutritional programs that may come along. Research limitations. While this project can see the long-term benefits as is its goal, there is an increased risk for participant dropout. Unforeseen life events or health issues throughout 20 years could be a large percentage. And while funding will be provided by Penn Medicine, the price tag is rather large. Additional funding could be needed for grants, philanthropic donations, or government support. This could help with the engagement of participants over the course of time with things such as incentives to help keep up engagement. Additionally, the technological advancements could be many over the next 20 years. As with healthcare, this would have to be addressed by the study periodically. Another limitation is that all of the participants at the time of recruitment live in the same geographical region. Future research would be needed as this is to look at sarcopenia. This study gives a good basis for other researchers to assess the dimensions and look at other age-related muscle loss. They can further investigate types of exercise and supplementation that would further benefit patients.